What's up, guys? Odra here. And alright, so as you'll remember from my last episode, we were working on this restaurant, the one we are currently in. So yeah, I ran into a couple of little issues with my in the last episode, so I've kind of cleared them up now. So I've used finally the slabs, like you'll see the slabs here, to kind of cover up the some of the ice crystals that we had from this little pool area. And also I got rid of all those flowers. It kind of simplified it out, so I just put 2 corals on the edges there and gave 3 clear blocks so that people can just come and like chill and, I don't know, throw a coin into the fountain or whatever. And then we elevated the carved dome here a little bit to give it like a bit of a back to these chairs and stuff so people can like lean back. We've also outlined the floors. You'll see that the floors were previously just white, so that was I felt again like that was too much whiteness, so we outlined them and it's starting to look a lot nicer now. And also it has the added benefit that it outlines your roofs as well. So so the roof was also a little bit a little too white. I had to reposition the chandeliers. If you'll remember, if you're a really keen observer, they were off by about 1 block, or they've been changed for by about 1 or 2 blocks. So yeah, that's how I solved the roof issue. Instead of having those dumb gray like lines of slabs run across, I kind of move them around and then use the slabs here to cover up those ice crystals. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Ooh, flying through the wall there. Pretty happy the way that turned out. I also changed the elevator shaft. I just decided to say screw it and switched it all to basic hull. So that was all previously carved stone, now it's basic hull. And yeah, last thing I did here was I added a little, it's kind of hard to see, the glass railing around all the benches. So yeah, so that adds just a little bit of like, a little bit more aesthetics. But also, you know, I don't know if I mentioned this in the other videos or not, but one of the things I keep in mind when building the city is actually eventually doing like PvP matches in here. I mean, it's a fairly large area with lots of different buildings, and I'm gonna have a whole underworld to this thing. Like, I haven't even started on the sewer system, but there will be a whole fully fledged sewer system to go connecting all the buildings and stuff. So that's long-term stuff, though. I probably won't even get to that like this year, I imagine. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent now. Point is, yes, that's what I've done on this bottom section here that we did in the last video. So now what I wanted to do was, we got these 2 top sections here. I've kind of, I started a little bit, but not all that much. I made like the tops of the elevators here. And look at this, guys. I didn't know you could do this. One of my buddies one of the Star Squadron buddies, let us know that you could actually slab lights. So that's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, this is supposed to be the top of the elevator. And I always love looking down the elevator shafts. They're kind of trippy. It's very, I don't know. These kinds of scenes I've always enjoyed. It's very sci-fi. But anyways, another tangent. So here we're adding a bar. We're gonna make this into a bar here, and probably fill this out with some more chairs, and then finally do the roofs. Like, we got some ramps up here to get finally to the roof instead of taking the elevator. And one thing I wanted to do before we do anything else is I had a great idea. Like, I was wondering what to put here, right? Because I outlined it all. So the white is obviously like the walkway, and the black is where going to be all the chairs and stuff. So I was wondering what I could put here, like in the centers. And I decided these guys, we're going to copy and paste these bad boys here. The little umbrella tables. So these guys, let's get our dimensions. Alrighty, that's a little bit high, I believe. Let's see how that works there. Does that get it all? Oh no, did we overdo it? It's supposed to be 5 by 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll just get ourselves a little block here to select our outline. Did I delete the wrong thing there? We're gonna use lighten again. Lighten really makes things easier. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's copy this guy. That should be a good copy there. He's cut off. Why is he cut off? Because our block is 1 over, right? Alright, sorry guys, I'll get this. So it's got to be right here. There we go. Now it should have copied it correctly. There we go, there's our table. So we'll get rid of that real quick. We'll remove this block and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna paste this guy a couple times. Right here, there, and there, that's good. So we'll get rid of that. Get rid of you, and you. Perfect. Alrighty, and then we can do a little like sneeze guard separator or something like that. So let's get our motherboards. I guess we'll make it with white motherboards for now. I need to go and manufacture some more of the colored motherboards and stuff because I don't have a lot of the colors yet. So let's rotate this guy now. Get rid of our dimensions because this that makes it harder to flip the blocks around. And there we go. And finally, maybe we can. I need to guess. Do I have any charge circuits or circuits? Got a couple here. Parsing circuits, no circuit. Let's try this guy. These are kind of cool. The purple circuits. All right, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, all right. Yeah, that's looking pretty groovy. I like that. Alrighty, so yeah, that's really what I wanted. Just like the only thing I really wanted to do before we continued anything. This is that. Yeah, that works for now. We'll leave it like that. Screw it. Alright, so let's continue onward, Squidward, and make the rest of our tables here. So here we got enough space. You know, I can't even remember. Were we doing yellow chairs and yes, yellow chairs and blue tables? I always got to do that because I never really remember. So let's see here. And here we can do, let's do one of these tables actually. You know, I tried doing a couple of like slab tables and stuff, but I just feel like I don't know, I didn't like the way they felt. I like the slopes better. It feels, I don't know, I just felt like the other ones were too empty. Like at least there's too much negative space with slab tables. But that's just my personal opinion. The slabs might be great for like bars and stuff like that, which now that I think about it, I should probably do that in the bottom section there because I was gonna make a bar. But hold on, let's cap this guy off like that, and then maybe here we can stick some more circuits. Let's see here, we gotta rotate. Let's see how this looks. Yeah. Alright, that's looking pretty good. These circuits are kind of hard to, a little dark, on the darker side. I I need to check this little statue down here. So this is, I gotta figure out what this one was. I think this is just, oh, these are RAMET circuits, that's why, okay. Well, I don't have more of those. I suppose that's because I was, yeah, when I was rushing to get all the stuff, so okay. Let's see here. I really like these light slabs. I think that's so awesome. But anyways, let's. I guess we'll replace this with. Yeah, we should probably replace it with the RAMET circuits. So alright, guys. I think I'll cut it here for now. I just kind of wanted to show you guys, you know, what I had done since the previous video, and I just thought of it. And I really wanted to get these umbrella tables copied and pasted up here. So let's see what this looks like from afar, along with the rest of the city. Alrighty, pretty cool. I like the way it's coming along. So now we got some more, gotta fill out the more tables over here on the sides. So let's see how long this video is. If it's getting too long, I'll probably cut it here. And if not, well, we're at 11 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and, yeah, we can make a couple tables here. Let's see how this comes along. So this is going to be a bit of an issue here. We got this kind of rounded edge. I'm not sure how I should tackle that. But let's just see here with the chairs first. Let's start off with the chairs. So we'll make this here. Ooh, there we go. So we're going to rotate these guys. And I could probably go and copy and paste one of these guys from here. There we go, perfect dimensions. So we got 3 this way, 2 that way. Copy this guy. Go. There we go. Just flying through stuff magically. And there we go. Alrighty, so now let's try and copy this guy and see if we can fit another one in here, if we're gonna have to make some other kind of foliage type thingy. Will it fit? Oh. Yeah, it'll fit. Okay, we can do this. So, paste. Ooh, what's going on? What? Did I like copy it wrong? Paste. What's going on? Why is it doing that? Hold on. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. We're selecting the, yeah, we should be copying all of that and paste. Okay, I don't know what I did last time. I guess I'll check it out when I review the video, but yeah, something about that didn't quite work out. Anyways, let's see what we can do. Now we're gonna bust out the, I know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna bust out the grass, the ice crystals, wood, and you guys probably already know what I'm gonna do. And foliage. So let's see here. Let's see if this, oh, let's get rid of that. I hope that didn't paste, no? Yeah. Alright, so let's see if we add crystals here. Will that be too much light? Too much light? No, I guess it's okay. So what we can do is we can get rid of that middle one there. We'll stick a tree in here. Drop foliage there. And yeah, let's make a nice tree here. Since this is kind of like the top tower, let's make these kind of slightly tall and rather big. It's kind of, is that too tall there? Perhaps a bit too tall, right? Let's shave one block off. Let's try there. And let's go into light mode. It always makes it easier. And I think you guys can probably see it easier that way too, right? So now let's expand this guy. It's a good way to kind of symmetrically expand trees, because when I first started like making trees and stuff like that, I wasn't really too sure how to go about it. But I found that just adding onto it symmetrically like this, just kind of find like your own symmetrical patterns to follow or whatever, and they usually come up, they pretty much finish themselves, really. Like, see how it just kind of went, you know, placing blocks symmetrically all around it, and it finished itself. So we ended up with a nice little tree. Let's get rid of the lighten mode, tab G. So yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. I'm liking it. Let's see from afar. There's all our other trees, and I like it, like when you get it from certain angles and stuff and fly around, you know, I like the way like the trees give a nice depth of field, like when there's a lot of them about and stuff like that. So I like doing these. I always love just flying around and just watching all the stuff like fly by. I love the change of perspective and stuff like that. Like, I feel like when the camera is moving, it really kind of almost gives you like an artificial sense of 3D or something like that. I'm not even sure if I'm making any sense, guys. But yeah, whenever the camera's still, it's just like kind of, the image feels more 3D. When there's a lot of stuff in the foreground and the camera is moving, you feel the sense of depth better. Anyways, guys, I'm off on a tangent again. I guess this has been a rather more interesting episode. So I will cut it off here. I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and OdraNoel out.